Terry Murphy from the Women's Wisdom Network here at Realty Times. We have women in business, women in real estate in the men's room with Murph, and we've got a really interesting man today. His name is Tim Holmes. He is the owner of Kingdom Quest Toy Company. He's come up with an amazing, I'll say toy, but it doesn't give it real justice. He's a dad, he's an entrepreneur, and he's absolutely hell-bent on helping kids develop. Welcome, Tim.
Hi.
Well, tell us a little bit. Our friend Tricia Andreessen connected us because of NURKL. You better tell us what NURKL is and how you came about developing it, because with having children of your own really helps you understand how kids develop, and you must have had some kind of a drive to make that happen.
Yes, I grew up an artist. I'm 35 years old now, but I worked in the film industry for years. That was my desire, one of my big heart's desires. I ended up working for a drone company here in Columbus, Ohio, several years ago. And in 2017, this idea came about by accident, I would say, but I don't believe anything's by accident, but just as a term to say it wasn't planned. And I love to create, so I was 3D printing, messing around with 3D printers, creating some designs for a drone company, and came up with the idea to connect craft sticks with these little connectors. And so from there, we were like, we don't know where it's going to go, but we want to see if there's any interest for it. We started going to local schools, STEAM nights. We started going to some robotic events, and we saw teachers that were really excited about this. We saw librarians that would come up to us. We saw college professors that were like, wow, I could use this for engineering. I could throw away those toothpicks and marshmallows. And the demand started to grow. We weren't on the market yet, but we saw that there was potential for it. And even at that point, we didn't know what the potential would be. We didn't know how big it would be. But we said, let's start small scale manufacturing and launch it to the market. We had to get a patent though, so we started that process, and is fully patented as of over a year and a half ago, which is completely amazing. And so we launched small scale manufacturing, got it on the market, started selling the product. And I know the first event we started taking pre-orders from, we were able to sell about 300 kits at our first event. That was a 2-day event. And it was a relatively small event. So that was a huge thing. And we were busy as anything, just trying to get this product out. We are now launching on a larger scale, and we were running a crowdfunding campaign to raise the capital we need to get large scale manufacturing going so we can meet the large demand that has come up to us. And right now we're about to launch some more product on the market, and we're getting ready to expand.
Well, that's quite an entrepreneurial quest. You had a sample. Would you hold it up, please, so we have some scale? This is the actual, you said there's sticks that you use connectors for, which is designed to encourage development in STEM, specifically in engineering and other facets of childhood development.
Yes, we discovered that this product is great for STEM education. You can use it for physics. You can use it for math. You can create catapults. You can launch things with it. I designed a catapult that will actually launch little pieces up to like 30 feet. You can create little channels and roll balls down them. You can, take observations, write things down, and then you can adjust things. So there's a lot of different applications it can be used for in STEM, and we're just at the very beginning stages, because it's like every time we talk to a teacher, they're like, oh, I could use it for this, this, and this. And I'm like, wow, we never thought of that. That's great. And we even talked to a lady who writes material for STEM education. She writes curriculum. And she said, man, I would love to work with you guys and write a curriculum for your product, because she sees so many applications that it could be used in. So we're really excited about that. And every time we put it in front of a child, their mind just like goes crazy. We were just presenting at a 3rd grade class here in Columbus, Ohio. And it's amazing. You just put it on the kid's desk and they just pick up the pieces and they go wild, and they're creating all kinds of stuff. One child created the plane that was invented by the Wright brothers. And he was so excited about that, and he was showing it to me. And and he was talking about planes. I'm sure he wants to be a pilot someday, but it's exciting to see how excited they get about it.
Well, here's the interesting thing to me, and that is that they don't even need instructions. They just start playing with it, which really launches their curiosity, their creativity, which is the one thing that we're concerned about in today's life, because they are so driven by getting information from cell phones, where this is really pulling from their creative side. The word NURKL, you said you did some research on. Give us a little background on how you came up with it.
Yeah, I spent weeks going through languages, going through the meanings of words, and I eventually came across an Estonian word, NURK, which actually means corner, NURKs meaning corners. And I was like, these are like little connecting corners, or little knuckles. So we just called it NURKL. Super catchy, super fun.
Very fun, actually. And we talked about, I was concerned, having been the oldest of a lot of young kids, about the safety of it for younger children. You said that, my notes said that you said 5 to 14, no problem. 8 would be the recommended, because we obviously don't want them around, because they're fairly small. The little connectors are fairly small, correct?
Correct. And I will say, even though they are small and they could potentially be a choking hazard because of the way they're shaped, even if they were to get lodged in a child's throat, it's not very likely that it's going to completely cut off their airway, which makes it a lot better from that perspective. I'm not saying I'm recommending them for small kids that put them in their mouths at all, because I have 5 kids, but we haven't had any issues with it so far, thankfully. My kids have been pretty good. But I would say we've had about 10,000 people interact with this product hand in hand personally that I've seen so far, and we've had no issues at all. It's very minimum. If the plastic is swallowed of the plastic pieces, it is 100% non-toxic, BPA free plastic. The sticks, we use high quality sticks. So these are the highest quality sticks we can find, which are splinter free. These are tongue depressors. We just call them craft sticks because that's what everyone uses them for. Overall, we want the toy to be as safe as possible. So that's our goal, and to make it safer and safer as we go.
Yeah, I just wanted to point that out because you have paid attention to that, and you do have children, so you've been able to experiment on your own. So good for you. Here's another thing that I wanted to mention, and that is your target market is, as we discussed, schools, universities, libraries, any educational, special needs, I think would be very helpful with that. If you had a perfect market, what would it be for you?
I think our perfect market is elementary and middle schools. That is where we have seen the most demand. I tell you, every single teacher we talked to from an elementary or middle school, every single one of them was like, I want this in my classroom. And we actually designed this product so that we could sell it more inexpensively, because I know a lot of teachers, and I know a lot personally, that when they get things for their classroom, they spend their own money on it. So we wanted to create a product that's more inexpensive, 3 to 4 times cheaper than the average building toy system, so that teachers can afford it for their class.
It's absolutely fascinating. So if I was hearing this or watching this, what would be the best way to connect with you?
You can go to our website, NURKL.com, NURKL. You go to we have a contact page on there. If you send us a message, me or my brother will get that message directly. He's the CEO of the company. He's running everything. I'm behind the scenes. I'm the visionary. So I'm creating all the stuff and I'm connecting with people. That is a good way. The other way is you can reach us directly through our email, which is nurkltoy@gmail.com currently, until we upgrade that. But yeah, those are the 2 best ways. You can also connect with us on Instagram, TikTok. You can also connect on our Facebook page, NURKL Toy.
There you go. Well, I am impressed with something that really pulls creativity out of kids. It gives me hope I'm sure it gives all of us hope that we can really tap into that creativity of children today. Thank you for joining us today, and I'm hoping you'll join us for an update as this thing rolls out, because I know you've got some big plans coming up in June.
Yes. Thank you for having me. You are amazing. Appreciate it.
Well, our goal here at Realty Times is to get the good word out, and you're a definite resource. Thanks so much for joining us, NURKL.com. And thank you so much for joining us. Join us again for another segment of Murph on Real Estate, Murphy with Women in Business, and In the Men's Room with Murph.